You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. Man, we are here once again today. We have another amazing show. We're going to talk to Chef Devin Alexander, the author of the Land of Secret Superpowers, Vegetables. Man, first and foremost, Chef Devin, how you doing today, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Man, all is well. It's a true honor to have you on, man. So first and foremost, kind of tell the audience a little bit about this awesome book. It's all about vegetables, so it's very healthy. Tell us a lot about it.
You know, it's a children's storybook to get them to want to eat vegetables by teaching them the superpowers that they get by eating each individual vegetable. So not only do they learn how they're harvested and grown, but they learn that spinach makes you strong, like we all know from Popeye. But a lot of people don't know all the secrets of other vegetables, like butternut squash makes you swim better. And avocados give you more energy. So when kids learn those things and have a lot more fun in their diets and around vegetables, they're a lot more likely to choose to eat them.
And this is awesome because, like you said, you kind of break down all the different veggies that are given, us superpowers. Like avocado gives us energy to run fast, and carrots give us good eyesight. I remember when I was a young kid, my mom always made sure I was eating carrots. So how fun is it for the audience to kind of like a family deal, just kind of understand the health benefits from vegetables and how important it is to start out at an early age?
Yes, and this is a fun, bedtime reading type book with illustrations that include multicultural kids. There's rhyming for cognition. And as I said, it takes the kitchen from a battlefield to a playground. I encourage parents, in addition to the book, to do a lot of fun things with vegetables. I have some non-traditional methods, like a game I call CBG, Celery Brussels Golf. So instead of playing mini golf with clubs and balls, I play with celery stalks and Brussels sprouts. And we just did this with one of my neighbor's kids, and she's a 2-year-old who ate celery for the first time, which surprised her mom. She just started gnawing on her golf club because she was having so much fun, and she had this celery in her hand. And, kids put things in their mouths, especially when they're that young. So instead of making it a remote control or some random thing that they found, get them to put the vegetables that are in their hand because they were just playing with them.
And this book helps change the whole narrative, trying to, force, a young kid to eat, the vegetables. Instead of that, you're helping them to choose veggies and making it a fun experience. So people can check out your website, devinalexander.com, and check out all the great things you've done. I mean, you're no stranger to media and just having a huge platform. When you are making this educational experience for families, what's some things you hope that they can learn as far as like how they can educate their kids?
Well, I think it's a mistake to force your kids to eat any one vegetable. As someone who hated veggies as a kid, because the exposure that I had was pea baby food and, canned vegetables, because that's what it was like where I grew up. And now that we have fresh farmers markets and even amazing frozen vegetables and freeze-dried vegetables, and there's just so many options. So even, a lot of parents will steam. I mean, you get this advice to steam Brussels sprouts and put them in your food processor, blah, blah. And that's great, except that I've never liked steamed Brussels sprouts, though I love roasted Brussels sprouts. So part of the Fit Mom, Fit Kids platform is morphing the dishes that you love into things that your kids can eat. So my daughter, when I would make Brussels sprouts for me, I would put some of them in the food processor as recommended with some of her baby formula. And she would get that caramelization flavor too, instead of just steamed Brussels sprouts. So, and I mean, she loved them as a baby. And then she loved frozen peas right out of the freezer. She was always a child who liked popsicles and cold food. So I was like, oh, I'll try peas. They don't need to be cooked. So I tried that and she absolutely loved them. And sometimes when she didn't want them, I would do a silly, we love peas dance and shake them around like they were a tambourine. And then she'd chase me for them. So the idea is just to have so much fun. And as I said, play games and, get your kids to do a competition to see who can take peas out of pods the quickest and give a prize for it to get the buy-in. And if they don't eat them that day, that's okay. But they've touched them. Like, no more of this kids who are served a plate of vegetables and they either act like they've never seen them before, or that they're like a plate of spiders that are going to come out and attack them. Like, it's fascinating to me that kids are that afraid of vegetables.
Once again, listen to Refocus Radio, talking to the one and only chef, Devin Alexander, and her amazing new book, The Land of Secret Superpowers, Vegetables. Man, before we let you go, like I said earlier, you're no stranger to being on major platforms, major media platforms. I mean, your road to success. I mean, what can you share with book authors and maybe some secret sauce of how you've been able to be so successful as an author?
You know, I've been just really lucky to work with people, and then I turn the strategies that work for people into my books. So, you know, I had a lot of people obsessed with fast food, and my first book, called Fast Food Fix, actually makes Big Macs and Cinnabons that look like them and taste like them. And if you don't believe me, type in Devin Alexander or go to devinalexander.com plus Big Mac or Cinnabon. And I've been on tons of TV shows with them, so the recipes will pop up. And then, you know, I started working in the diabetes world, and people would tell me that they went to their doctor and their doctor would say things like, don't ever eat anything that tastes good is the way you lose weight. And I'm like, no. So I wrote a book called You Can Have It, like all the things you can have, even if you're living with diabetes. So I just answer the questions that the people are asking. And then parents, like, as I said, saying that they don't have time to cook for their kid and themselves, so they give them chicken nuggets. That's the fit mom, fit kids thing. Like, you don't need to make 4 different meals. Whatever I'm eating for dinner, my daughter's eating for dinner. But if it's tacos, the fit mom version has slaw and, you know, jalapenos and maybe some cilantro added to what is a more basic taco for a child. A warm tortilla with smashed avocado, which is great for brain health, a little bit of lime juice and salt to make sort of a guacamole that's not too spicy for them. And then I add whatever protein in it and, you know, put a couple of cucumber slices on the side or whatever other easy vegetable we have in our house. And, you know, we both have an amazing meal, and there's only been one pan. So you have more time to have fun with your kids and getting them in the kitchen. A lot of people think that, or may think that it's crazy that I've let my daughter on the kitchen counter since she was a baby. Obviously, you have to watch them really carefully if you do that. But I grew up sitting on my grandmother's kitchen counter and found a love for cooking, which is what happened with my daughter. She just loves it and was cooking full meals by the time she was 4. I'm not kidding. And so, you know, I'd rather spend that time with her bonding, and then she's more open to eating things.
Once again, I'm talking to the one and only chef, Devin Alexander, the author of The Land of Secret Superpowers, Vegetables. You can get that on Amazon. You can also check our website. It's devinalexander.com. And also, man, follow on Twitter at Chef Devin. Thank you for taking time in your super busy schedule talking to us today. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.